Let's talk Green Lantern.
I'm allowed to say Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Oh, great.
They let me say that.
Was that the first time anybody's...
That's an exclusive.
reveal.
Wow, that's really
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you for
It's the
saving
first time
it.
I've said it. So anyway, what would you like to know that I can't tell you?
Well, the first thing that I think is sort of wild is you're already working on, in the early stages, obviously, the second and possibly third.
Yes.
That's pretty wild.
It's
confidence, anyway.
I think it was a huge vote of confidence on Warner Brothers' part. I think it and I understand where their confidence is coming from. I've seen, chunks of the movie. I've been down to the set. I've seen, the previews for the visual effects and the character designs and everything. And it's going to be a ridiculously amazing movie. I mean, I have to say, there's still, a long road to hoe in terms of post-production. But everything I've seen thus far, it just gets better and better and better. It's amazing. I mean, so I can understand. It would be very hard if I was, running a studio to go down to that set in New Orleans and not be completely blown away and not go, this is a franchise.
Yeah. With so much lead time on the sequels, is there going to be some sort of trilogy elements here?
I can't say how much of it, sort of is a quote unquote official trilogy, because all we've done is been contracted to write the story for the second one. Right. But I will say, when Greg Berlanti first pitched the movie, he pitched several movies. We've always, in our discussions talked about okay, if this is a trilogy, here's how we can do X, Y, and Z. You just sort of go in and you hope for the best. And, quite frankly, there's a part of me that's amazed that they even made the movie. That. There's a huge wish fulfillment element of that. And the idea that, oh my God, maybe one day there could be 3 movies, it's too much for me to hope for. I can't even vocalize it.
I mean, just to follow up on this and whatever you can talk about, which again I'm sure is not much, but a lot of stuff is leaking out these days through licensing notes on things.
Yes.
And I think the other day somebody said that there was a little plot description that said Parallax was the big overarching villain for the film.
It's interesting. I can't sort of confirm or deny the contents of it, except to say, I read that and I went, okay, well, some of this is accurate and some of it's not.
Okay.
And some of it's very sort of incomplete. And, I guess sort of the bottom line is don't believe everything you're reading in those licensing notes because just some of it's not, fully accurate.
Sure.
Can you give us a percentage of what takes place in space?
Oh,
because you mentioned space opera as sort of half of the.
That's a really
genre.
the half. I couldn't simply because the movie's not cut together.
Right.
So much changes in the editing room. I will say space is very, very, very well represented. And I will say one of the trickier aspects for us when we were writing the script was how much to set in space, how much to set back on Earth. How do you make the movements between those two worlds? I mean, it was a huge writing challenge. It was probably my sense is that was the hardest aspect of writing the script, and what the actual percentage turns out to be. Once scenes are all cut together, no one knows. But I will say, you feel the OA of it all. You feel the space of it all. It's not like a quick cameo, and you're gone. You'll feel it.